save yourself a little bit of time, money, and headache, and make sure that you're hiring out the right service to help you take care of your issue. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ask the Pumper Dude. My name is Jake Chamberlain, and I really appreciate you being here today. Today I want to talk about a question that we face quite often. Homeowners will find themselves in a situation where they're having some kind of drainage issue, whether they're backing up in the house, or drains are draining slow. Maybe they're getting gurgling sounds in the plumbing, and there's something not quite right with the drainage from the house out to their septic tank. And the question is, as a homeowner, do I need to call someone to come out and clean the septic tank, or do I need to call out a plumber or a drain cleaning service to have the line snaked out between the house and the tank? And it's an important question, because you may have a plumber come out and snake the line, and it doesn't take care of the situation, and you need to then call out someone to clean the tank and evaluate on that side of the system. Or vice versa, you might call out the septic service first, they clean the tank, still backing up, didn't take care of the issue, now you have to have a plumber come out and snake the line. So as a homeowner, what can you do to determine who I need to call first? And it's actually pretty simple to figure out. So just a quick, rundown of the parts of the system that we're talking about. So we've got the house, we've got your plumbing in the house. So that's all, every drain in your house is going through pipes. And they come together, and most of the time they come out in one spot, and they head from there down a single line to the septic tank, and then the septic tank drains from there down to the drain field where the water drains into the ground. So what we needed to determine is, where is the issue, and most of the time it's going to be in one of three of those sections. Either you have a drain field issue, so the drain field is not draining at the rate that it should. So when water gets used in the house, it comes into the tank and into the drain field faster than it's able to drain, so it starts to back up into the house. So it could be the drain field that's the issue. It could be the septic tank itself. It could be that the filter is plugged in the septic tank. It could be that the septic tank has gone far too long between cleanings, and the solid buildup, what we call it the crust layer, so the solids that float on top of the water level in the tank, have built up to a point where it starts to plug off the inlet line, the line coming from the house into the septic tank, and can cause a blockage there, causing a backup into the house. So that's the second area of the system that may be the issue. And lastly, it could be something in the plumbing. So for many different reasons, a blockage could occur in the plumbing somewhere and be causing the backup in the house. So how do we determine which one it is? Because that's going to tell us as a homeowner who we need to call. The best way to determine that is to open up the septic tank and take a look. So most septic tanks are going to have at least two lids on the tank, one on the inlet side and one on the outlet side. They may be small inspection lids, or they might be larger that we would, lids that we would usually clean the tank from. But what's important is we want to take a look at the inlet and the outlet. Um, the normal operating level, the normal operating water level in the septic tank is going to be about 8 to 10 inches down from the top of the tank. To be more precise, when we take a look at the outlet end of the tank, the normal operating level is going to be at the bottom of the line that goes out of the tank to the drain field. So if we are able to open up the outlet lid on the tank, which is going to, that's going to be the lid closest to the drain field. When we look at not the outlet device, okay, so what we're going to have is the pipe that goes out of the tank to the drain field. That pipe comes inside the tank, and usually you're going to see either a T attached to it or an elbow, or sometimes there will be a concrete box, we call it concrete baffle, that's built around that line. But what we're concerned about is the line going through the wall of the tank. The normal operating level in the tank is going to be at the bottom of that pipe that goes through the wall. So when we are having a backup issue in the house, we pop that outlet lid and we find that the water level is up above the bottom of that pipe going through the wall, right up to the top of the tank, or it's significantly over the bottom of the pipe going through the wall. That's going to trigger us to know that we need to call a septic professional to come out and empty the tank and start the evaluation process on that side. When the water level is high in the tank, it's going to be one of two things. There's either an issue with the drain field itself, and it's not draining properly, or it could be that there's a filter in the tank that is clogged, that's restricting the flow of the water getting out of the tank, and it needs to be cleaned. So your septic professional should be able to pretty easily determine whether it's a drain field issue or if it was a filter. So if we find that the water level is at that normal height at the bottom of that pipe going through the wall on the outlet side of the tank, we want to start eliminating one more possibility that our issue is on the septic side of the system. So what we want to do is go and open up that inlet lid on the can typically be on the house side of the tank. We want to check for a couple things. We could find that there is an abundance of buildup of solids on the top layer in the tank that's plugging off the inlet, or we might find that some tanks will have an inlet baffle. So there's a little half wall on the top of the tank near the inlet that's typically there to help eliminate churning in the tank, which the goal is to prevent those solids from getting pushed out to the drain field. So it helps with that, but what can happen is we get a larger buildup of solids in that area where it can build up and again plug off that line. So if you find that that's the case, once you open up the lid on the inlet side of the tank, if you find that there's you usually see that it's paper that's plugging off that pipe coming into the tank from the house. What you can do is take a shovel and pull that material away from that inlet pipe. And what you'll usually see, if it's been backing up, once you pull that away, you'll get this big rush of water coming in from the house. And what you've done is you've given yourself a little bit of temporary relief. You'll be able to start using the facilities in the house again, but you do want to go ahead and get the tank cleaned as soon as possible, because it will just become an issue again with plugging that up. So again, if we find that there's solids plugging off the line at the house, we're talking about a septic issue. We need to get the tank cleaned, as opposed to needing to have the line snaked inside the house. And so that leads us to our third scenario. If we find that the water level is good outside in a septic tank, that the water level is at the bottom of the pipe going out to the drain field, we take a look and we see that the inlet line from the house is clear, and you'll just see the exposed pipe, no restriction. If we find that and we're still having a backup issue in the house, then we've eliminated any issues outside, and we know that we've got a plumbing issue in the house, and you'll need to get someone that's able to do the drain cleaning, to run a snake down your line. It's most of the time you'll find that it's in the line between the house and the tank, but you want to make sure that they're investigating to make sure that there are no issues in different sections of the house. So again, we're looking at the water level in the tank, making sure that finding out whether it's high or it's at the normal operating level. If it's high, again, that's going to be an issue with the drain field. If it's at the water level's at the normal height, we want to make sure that we don't have a scenario where the solids have built up too much where they're plugging off the inlet line. If we find that everything is good outside, then that tells us that we have an issue in the plumbing itself that needs to be snaked out. So I hope that this can give you a good starting point as a homeowner. It's always frustrating to call out one service and just to find out that you wasted money with them and you got to have another service come out to take care of the actual problem. So if you can do a little bit of investigative work on your own, you can save yourself a little bit of time, money, and headache, and make sure that you're hiring out the right service to help you take care of your issue. So again, as always, we're here to answer your questions. So let us know what you run into and what you have questions on with your septic system, and we'll be here to answer them. So have a great day. Let us know if you have any questions, and we can clarify anything that may be confusing, and help to keep you flowing. So we'll see you on the next one, and thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Bye, guys.